Hello and welcome to Pushing Back, Ukraine Daily Brief. As the war enters its 881st day, these are the main developments from the past 24 hours. The update from the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Russia has lost approximately 571,350 troops in Ukraine since the beginning of the war. The number, which has not been independently verified, includes 1,230 casualties over the past day. According to the released Ukrainian figures, Russia lost 11 tanks, 26 armored combat vehicles, 45 artillery systems, 2 air defense systems, 66 drones, 79 vehicles and 11 pieces of special equipment. 14 extra Leopard tanks from the Netherlands and Denmark will be sent to Ukraine this summer. The Russians launched 125 combat clashes and carried out 47 airstrikes, including 59 anti-aircraft missiles on the territory of Ukraine. They also used 550 kamikaze drones and carried out 3,313 attacks on the positions of Ukrainian troops and settlements using various types of weapons. In its latest intelligence update, the UK's Ministry of Defence reports Ukrainian forces damaged the last operational rail ferry, the Slavyanin, in the Kerch Strait on July 23, 2024. This follows previous attacks on the other 2 rail ferries in May 2024. The Slavyanin was crucial for transporting supplies, including fuel and military equipment, to Russian forces in Crimea and southern Ukraine. Its damage will further complicate Russian logistics, forcing them to rely more heavily on the vulnerable Kerch Bridge and increase transportation costs. In its latest intelligence update, the Institute for the Study of War. Ukrainian Commander-in-Chief Colonel General Alexander Syrskyi stated that the Russian military has significantly increased its manpower and material commitments to the war in Ukraine over the last 2.5 years, but Syrskyi's statement is not indicative of a sudden increase in the Russian military's presence in Ukraine and is instead representative of the manpower and material disadvantage that Ukrainian forces have faced for over 2 years. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba met with People's Republic of China Foreign Minister Wang Yi in Guangzhou on July 24 and discussed the war in Ukraine and the People's Republic of China's potential role in a future negotiated settlement of the war. The Russian State Duma adopted an amendment on July 24 that will allow Russian commanders to punish subordinates for using personal communication and navigation devices at the front line, drawing continued backlash from Russian ultranationalists as well as other Duma deputies. The Georgian State Security Service reiterated standard Kremlin information operations targeting former Georgian opposition figures and former Ukrainian law enforcement officials. An assassination attempt injured a reported senior Russian military intelligence officer in Moscow City on July 24. Russian officials continue efforts to entice Russians into military service with monetary incentives. Russian forces recently marginally advanced north of Kharkiv City and near Avdiivka and Donetsk City. In Zelensky's nightly address he spoke about 3 key areas. Firstly, air defense and military preparations. He reported on the completion of air defense training and the deployment of Patriot systems in Ukraine. Detailed discussions with military leaders, including the Minister of Defense and Commander-in-Chief, focused on frontline situations, military tasks, and upcoming news related to defense actions. Secondly, foreign relations and diplomatic efforts. Plans for diplomatic activities in August and September were outlined, emphasizing continuous communication about Ukraine's defense needs and actions against Russian aggression. Reports from the head of the Foreign Intelligence Service and the Minister of Foreign Affairs, including significant talks in China, highlighted Ukraine's efforts to secure international support and assurances, such as China's commitment to Ukraine's territorial integrity and not supplying weapons to Russia. Lastly, Olympic participation and symbolic achievements. He highlighted the significance of Ukraine's participation in the Summer Games in Paris amid the war, ensuring the Ukrainian flag and anthem's presence. He expressed gratitude to those preserving normalcy and protecting the principles of Olympism from Russian distortion, emphasizing that Ukraine's resilience in sport symbolizes resistance against Russian terror and aggression. Thanks for following today's updates. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. We'll return tomorrow with the latest news on the ongoing conflict.